18 years into my career that I really hit crisis and realized. So it was a long, slow process. Now I can look back at it and see, oh my goodness, there were markers of depression, markers of anxiety, markers of emotional turmoil, all the way back to the start of my career. What I was experiencing was something so much more in terms of the emotional piece. It was raw anger and frustration and uncontrollable frustration. Sometimes I would cry. There would be times where I would be very angry, and my mood swings would fluctuate up and down. What I believed was this is what a lawyer does. A lawyer's job is hard. A lawyer's job is mentally exhausting. A lawyer's job is 24/7. And the fact that I feel unhappy, the fact that I feel sad, the fact that I feel angry, that's just what you do. You button up your suit and you go into court. And I was wrong. When I hit what I realized was crisis was over a course of 1 week. I'm in my office with my law partner. We're working on a case, and we're talking through some of the issues, and we're talking through some defenses. All of a sudden, in the course of this discussion, I just stopped, and I just started to cry right there in the conference room. The deep, heavy, just emotional cry, the uncontrollable cry. And my partner was funny. He says to me, if you have nothing you need to do today, you should go home. But if you have something you need to do today, you should still go home. And ultimately, I did go home that day, but I did something really smart. I knew something was really wrong. I knew a psychiatrist. I called that individual's, the psychiatrist's office. I said, I need to speak to the doctor. He said, Ron, we need to get you to a therapist. And the very next day, I started with my therapist and my journey to health began. I was in therapy for 2 years. For the first year, I didn't tell my mom or my dad. I kept it from my law firm. I kept it from my closest friends. At the time, I wrongfully believed that I needed to hide my condition for fear of some repercussions in my professional life. And since I've embraced talking openly to anyone and everyone about my journey and my recovery, it has absolutely made my recovery and my journey that much better. Now that I'm healthy, I am living the happiest life I've ever lived personally, but professionally, I'm having the best time I ever have as a lawyer. I enjoy the practice more than I ever have. I was a good advocate before. I'm a great advocate now because so much of the emotional baggage that was holding me back, I've been able to shed. The things that I do now to really give me life balance, I exercise quite a bit. I enjoy going in and working out. It calms me, it focuses my body, it focuses my mind. And I also spend a lot of time outdoors. I've really made it a priority to make sure every week, or at least every 1 and 2 weeks, I get out on my kayak. It's just being out there and removed from all the other things that drive stress, anxiety on a daily basis. It's basically being unplugged. Making that time has been really a big part of keeping myself balanced. It's just great. I love it. I have an awesome wife. I have awesome boys. I have 2 really spunky pups, and I make sure I spend time with them daily. It really balances me. What I would ask folks to really consider for themselves personally and for the folks around them in their profession, we embrace the concept that therapy is a good thing. It is a path to becoming healthy, that not only do we collectively as a body push past stigmas about getting help, but we also become better attuned to identifying for ourselves individually and for our friends around us markers of when help is needed. You know, the Florida Bar has done such a great job over the last couple of years of making information available to its membership about how to get help, where to get help, sources of help. I 100% guarantee you that if you need help and if you get help, you will live a much better life. And for me, I'm living the best life I've ever lived. I really suffered. I really suffered for a long time. And if I can help other people, it feels really good to do so. So it is very cathartic to talk to everyone who's watching this right now about this.